So like Andy said, I'm Hayley, one of the consultants working large with Europe, and I'm delighted to be talking you through the progress tests today. So before I begin, I want to share with you the objectives of this session and also what you can expect in the session to come in February. So really, we're going to be having a look at what the progress series is and how it can be used. And then in the next session, we'll be looking at how to actually interpret and analyse the data and considering how the progress tests may affect teaching and learning in your school. And we'll also be looking at how progress tests can be used alongside measures of potential. So before I really get started talking about the progress tests, I just wanted to talk about GL Education. We're based in West London, and although we do originate in the UK, we now work with over 800 international schools. Our standardised formative assessments aim to fully identify people's needs, enabling teachers to differentiate and personalise teaching and learning effectively. So the model you're looking at on the screen shows our 360 view, people view. In all that we do, the pupil is in the centre, and by measuring his attainment, his potential, and any barriers to learning that he might have, we can ensure that he receives the necessary support in order for him to actually go on and realise that potential. Attainment can be measured with our progress test series. We have our baseline assessment for younger learners, and specifically for literacy, we have our NGRT, which is a new group reading test. CAT4 measures pupils' potential, and the PASS survey looks at students' attitudes to self and school, which may help explain any discrepancies between CAT4 and attainment scores. So today I'm focusing on the progress test series, which measures attainment in maths, English and science. So why use the progress test series? So you might be looking for a robust tracking system. You might be looking for an external test to simply verify your teacher judgment. So let's have a closer look. So the progress tests not only provide you with a robust end-of-year measure of attainment, but a solution in tracking progress year on year. But perhaps the most important aspect of the tests is the quality and clarity of the feedback that you receive in the reports, which can be used as part of pupil feedback and reflection. In John Hattie's metacognition study, which you might be familiar with, he emphasises the importance of feedback and how it is crucial to pupil development. The progress test can help support this, not just by providing useful feedback to pupils, but to teachers, subject coordinators and parents. So within this feedback, there is a strong analysis of what pupils have understood well and where they need more support, including any gaps in knowledge that may not have been picked up on during the year. They are useful to use with new pupils who are possibly joined during the year to see where they are currently. And the data really is a starting point for digging a bit deeper, considering what questions you are currently asking about your data and student progress, and more importantly, what questions you should be asking in future because of the data. So, for example, in which areas should you be focusing on, with which pupils in particular, and how can the data assist with not just lesson planning, but the development of the subject as a whole, and the organisation of CPD for your teachers. So, a few logistics now. The availability does differ slightly depending on the subject. So, for English and maths, you can test digitally from age 7 to 14, so that's in UK years 2 to 9. However, for younger learners, you can purchase a paper version, and this includes access to our online marking tool so that you can mark the test yourself at school. Internationally, we do understand that age ranges may vary, and you may have a pupil a few months older or younger than their age equivalent year group in the UK. However, the full standardisation range does allow for a few months on either side, so we're very happy to talk that through with you further. For science, testing starts at age 8. There isn't a test for the end of the first year in secondary due to the way that Key Stage 3 curriculum is taught. However, there is a transition test, which is 11T, which you can use to baseline students within the first few weeks of secondary school. So let's have a close look at the test now. So we'll start with the progress test maths. So content-wise, this test reports on number, measure, geometry and statistics and the following process skills: fluency in facts and procedures, fluency in conceptual understanding, mathematical reasoning, and problem solving, which you all know is very important with the current curriculum. And from age 8, there is a timed mental math section at the beginning, which is completed before the second section is started. So progress test English. So this one also consists of 2 sections. The first one focuses on spelling, punctuation and grammar, and the second on reading comprehension for both narrative and non-narrative texts. And the reports provide you with a separate stay9, which I'll come to in a minute, for the 2, so you can easily see where support is required. Progress test science assesses across all 3 sciences and reports on knowledge and understanding, application of knowledge, and working scientifically. And this is the part which assesses aspects such as practical skills, experimental design and analysis. There is also a separate stay9 for the biology, chemistry and physics, as well as working scientifically. So again, you can identify specifically where student strengths are and where support is needed. So you should allow a maximum of 75 minutes for the test, and there is some time at the beginning for example questions so pupils can get used to how the questions look, and they should wear headphones so they can listen to the instructions. So after you've tested, reports can be downloaded immediately, and I will talk about these more next time, but I just wanted to talk about some of the key information that's involved. So the most important piece of information derived on any standardised test and key for tracking attainment and progress is the SAS Standard Age Score. The SAS is based on the pupil's raw score, which has been adjusted for age and placed on a scale that makes a comparison with a nationally representative sample of pupils of the same age across the UK. The possible range of scores is from 69 up to 141, with the average score being 100. Now the stay9, derived from standard 9, places the student's score on a scale of 1, which is the lowest, and 9, the highest, and offers a broader overview of his or her performance. And we'll see the importance of the stay9 when looking at the reports next time. The NPR, or National Percentile Rank, shows the percentage of students obtaining a particular score, and depending on the level of test that you have taken, you'll also have a Key Stage 2 indicator or GCSE indicator on the reports. So let's have a quick look at the reports now. So reporting is available for whole cohorts, individual students, and we also have reports for parents and teachers. So the shot on screen just shows the main table in the group report, which provides individual SAS and stay9s for each pupil. And when you generate these reports, they can be ranked in order of performance or alphabetically. And this is really useful to highlight students with particularly high or low scores. The next level of analysis allows initially for a broader overview of the group and then by gender. You also have the option to compare different groups of students, so you might want to compare students on your SEN register and not on the SEN register. And you can indicate these students when filling in the CSV file, which is uploaded to the system before testing. You've also got the opportunity to customize columns so you can gain a deeper insight into other specific groups in the school. So, for example, date of entry, siblings, etc. So this analysis allows you to compare the trends in your cohorts in the to the UK average and reflect on the average SAS for different groups of students. Further into the report, you can obtain a breakdown of curriculum content categories, enabling you to compare the performance of your cohorts in the different areas, including by question type and to the UK average. The individual report offers a more detailed look at each student's strengths and areas for development. It also has details of curriculum content categories and analysis by question type to dig deeper into specifics. The implications for teaching and learning provide the precise feedback and areas to work on. And going back to what I said earlier on, so this feedback is crucial to a pupil's development, and teachers can respond to this feedback for every pupil in their class. So we also provide you with reports for parents. So there are 3 options for parental reports, and it does really depend on how much information you want to share with them. So you can share a report with all the scores with details of performance in the different areas, or you can share the one like you can see on screen, which just involves a short profile of the students with no numbers on, but there is a narrative for how the parents can assist the pupil in their learning. So they're really designed to build relationships between staff, students and parents, and it really is up to you how much information you want to share. There's also a progress report available once you've tested more than once, so you can gain an idea of how much progress the student has made from year to year, and the progress categories are based on the 2 individual SAS scores. Okay, so just to summarise, we've looked at what the Progress Test Series is, how they are used, and next time I'll be digging much deeper into the data and the report types, and ultimately how you can use the reports to inform teaching and learning in your school. I will also be looking at the progress test data alongside ability data from Cat 4 to understand the needs of our students further.